Welcome to Yoga with Kelly. Today we're going to be working on steps to get into Lolasana or pendant pose. So that was the one that I was just demonstrating for you, but we're going to be going through some steps to help us work up to that. And I was doing it with blocks. The goal in the future is to try to lift up without blocks. So to get started, go ahead and come onto your mat. We're going to start in a nice seated position, coming onto our seats with our sit bones grounded on the mat. And to get started, we're just going to recline back a little bit into boat pose, getting our core activated here. This is very much a core posture. All of it comes from having a strong core. So getting those abdominal muscles engaged here. And from here, we're just going to hug our knees in. You can slide your toes and then release. We're going to do that a couple more times. Release. Hug those knees in and release. 2 more here. Exhale. Inhale. 1 more. Exhale. And inhale. Good. Sitting up nice and tall. We're going to do our knees to chest posture. This is part of what we're doing in Lolasana. So we're going to pull our knees in nice and tight towards our chest, and we're actually going to cross right foot over left. You can come to your tiptoes here, and we're going to lift through the crown of our head, keeping your core engaged, your torso nice and long, and lift. From here, I want you to come back a little bit. Exhale, coming onto your sacrum here, and pull your knees in towards your chest again. And this time, press your palms away from you and engage your triceps like you're pushing against a wall. And I want you to hug those knees in even tighter up towards your chest. Feel your hip flexors engage here. And then go ahead and cross right ankle over left. Or you can do right shin over left. So crossing at the ankles or the shins. And we're going to breathe here. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more breath in. Nice tall spine. Exhale. Release it down. Scoop those arms up overhead. Interlace the fingers and reach up towards the sky. Little mini back bend. Circle those arms out. We're going to do the same thing, leaning back just a bit onto your sacrum here. And then pull those knees in towards your chest. This time crossing right shin over left. Reaching out, pressing those palms away like you're pushing against a wall. And we're going to just engage all these muscles here. Pulling in, and breathe. 3 rounds of breath. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, push, engaging those triceps. And inhale, 1 more time. And exhale, release it all down. 1 more circle of the arms up. Interlace those fingers, stretch through the core, little mini back bend here. And from here, go ahead and recline all the way down, stretching it out. Nice, long, straight as an arrow stretch here. Release that core. Relax your abdominal muscles and just take a big breath in here. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Pulling yourself back up into a nice seated position. So from here, we're going to come onto our hands and knees, coming into our tabletop. And actually reclining back into child's pose, keeping the knees parallel and together. Release your forehead down towards the mat, opening up through the shoulders. Feel a nice stretch here. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe out. From here, we're going to get the shoulders engaged just a little bit. And all I want you to do is from your tabletop, go ahead and press into the mat. Palms are nice and secure on the mat. Fingertips engaged, connecting with the mat. And shoulders are pressed away from you. So a lot of Lolasana uses the shoulder carriage. So what you're mainly trying to do in these exercises is build the strength in your shoulder carriage and also building strength in your core. So to come into Lolasana, first I'll do it with blocks. You're going to be basically coming up from your child's pose, so coming up onto your knees, bringing your blocks right underneath your shoulders here. They're going to be a little bit wider than your shoulders because your legs are going to come between your palms. So from here, you're going to go ahead and cross right ankle in front of left and just lift up through your shoulders, pressing your shoulders away and just building that strength here. This can be another step in building your strength here. And you can practice that and hold it for a few rounds of breath. And if you're ready and feeling strong, then you can come into here, into this pose, and you're going to go ahead and cross right ankle over left, or right shin over left, and pressing into your blocks, you're going to tighten up through your abs and press away with your shoulders and lift. Notice my toes are still on the mat, but my core is very much engaged. And then come down. Breathe. Don't forget to take rests. Resting is very important. Shake out your wrists. Wrist strength is very important in this posture as well. And then evolving along the way, we're going to do what we just did. And you can switch feet this time. So we've got left in front of right, pressing into our blocks, pulling those knees up towards your chest. And again, holding it here for however many breaths is good for you. You could do 3, 5, 10, building that strength. And then release down. Don't forget to take breaks. Shake out your wrists. And eventually, the strength will be building over time. Don't expect to be doing Lolasana the first time you try it. It definitely is one that takes practice and patience. So when you're ready to come into it, go ahead and lift those knees up towards your chest using your core and abdominal muscles, and then breathe on the exhale and pull those feet off of the mat. Pressing into the blocks with your shoulders, just like we do for down dog or in plank. All of those are really good shoulder strengtheners. And then in the future, when you're doing it without the blocks, you rest your hands on the mat, palms nice and wide, and you shift your weight forward, kind of like we do for crow. So you have to trust yourself there. Squeeze those knees up towards your chest and lift as you breathe. And exhale. It takes practice, it takes patience, but you will get it. So those are the steps that you need to help you build the strength in your abdominal muscles, in your shoulder carriage, and don't forget about your wrists. So keep practicing those steps, and eventually you'll be able to lift up, whether on blocks or from the mat, and you'll be able to come into Lolasana posture.